In what's being called one of the most explosive days in South African parliamentary history, a fiery confrontation between Gayton McKenzie, leader of the Patriotic Alliance, and President Cyril Ramaphosa has sent shockwaves through the nation. The tension that's been simmering for months finally reached boiling point, live on the national stage, with chaos erupting in the National Assembly, MPs screaming across the floor, and multiple walkouts disrupting proceedings for hours. It started with a question, but ended with fury. It was meant to be a routine session. President Ramaphosa had arrived to deliver responses during the presidential Q&A, an opportunity for members of parliament to challenge him on issues ranging from corruption to the country's growing energy crisis. But when McKenzie took the floor, it was clear from the first sentence that this was going to be anything but routine. Mr. President, McKenzie began, his voice rising with each word, South Africans are tired of your recycled promises, tired of watching ministers fly first class while our children eat from dustbins. Gasps filled the chamber. The ANC benches groaned. The speaker attempted to call for order, but McKenzie wasn't finished. You've turned this parliament into a theatre of excuses, he thundered. Where are the arrests for load-shedding corruption? Why are your friends still untouched while the people suffer? President Ramaphosa, clearly prepared for confrontation, didn't back down. His voice was calm, but steely. Mr. McKenzie, I respect your passion, Ramaphosa said, pausing deliberately, but I will not be lectured by someone who once admitted to a life of crime. We are rebuilding a country broken by years of neglect, including by those now claiming moral high ground. That line hit hard. Gasps turned into shouting. McKenzie shot back, at least I admit where I came from. You surround yourself with thieves and still claim innocence. At that moment, all decorum collapsed. Members of the EFF began chanting, "Arrest the president," while ANC loyalists rose to their feet, shouting McKenzie down. DA members attempted to intervene but were drowned out by screaming from both sides. The Speaker of Parliament called for order repeatedly, but her calls were ignored. A group of MPs from smaller opposition parties walked out in protest, accusing the Speaker of bias and the President of dodging accountability. Meanwhile, security was seen forming a line near the Speaker's chair, anticipating the worst. Some MPs accused McKenzie of staging a stunt, while his supporters claimed he was simply speaking truth to power. Walkouts, suspensions, and a nation watching. As the temperature in the chamber reached critical levels, the Speaker made an unprecedented decision to suspend the session temporarily. By then, over a dozen MPs had walked out or been removed for unruly behavior. Outside the chamber, media gathered as members from the Patriotic Alliance and EFF addressed the press, declaring Ramaphosa's presidency morally bankrupt and warning that the fight was only beginning. The president hides behind procedures, McKenzie told reporters. But he cannot hide from the people. Not anymore. Ramaphosa, in a more measured response after the session, said, "The state of our democracy allows for robust debate. But disruption for the sake of headlines weakens our institutions. South Africa deserves leadership, not theatre." Within minutes, McKenzie versus Ramaphosa was trending at #1 on South African Twitter. Clips of the exchange went viral, with users split between applauding McKenzie's blunt confrontation and defending Ramaphosa's composed rebuttal. Some viewers compared the incident to past political showdowns, with one user saying, "This was Zuma-era drama with Ramaphosa-level restraint." Explosive. The Parliamentary Ethics Committee has reportedly launched an investigation into the behavior of several MPs during the session, including allegations that McKenzie refused to follow parliamentary rules of engagement. Analysts are already speculating about the broader political implications. With national elections looming and public frustration growing, many believe this showdown could galvanize disillusioned voters or deepen political polarization. One thing is certain, this eruption in Parliament was more than a spat. It was a reflection of a country on edge, leaders under pressure, and a democratic space cracking under the weight of mistrust, accountability demands, and political theatre. As Parliament prepares to reconvene next week, South Africans brace themselves for more fireworks.